What's going on, guys? It's Wraith back with another video. Now before this video starts, I just want to say thank you guys for 2,000 subscribers. Actually means a lot to me. We're growing at a very fast rate. I'm actually really impressed with everyone watching and supporting the channel, so thank you guys all for that. And I do read every single comment, so if you want to leave a comment, tell me what you want to see for a future video, don't worry, I will reply to it. But yeah, let's get right into the video basically. Sorry about that, there's no really reason to wait any longer. But basically I'm going to be talking about today is the best scrim loadout or best arena loadout or tournament loadout, whatever you want to kind of call it, to basically help you try and guarantee the win or give you the best chance at getting the win. Now, kind of disclaimer, this does kind of change and vary to person. Some people kind of like certain loadouts, some people don't, but I'm just going to kind of give you an overall best loadout as well as some options you can kind of choose to switch between and use. But yeah, let's get it right off, and hopefully you guys enjoy this video and enjoy some of these tips. But for the first loadout slot, and the most important, is a pump. Obviously most of you guys should probably know that. If you don't, I don't know why you're playing Fortnite. But the first one is basically, yeah, either a golden or purple pump, probably the most obvious. Hopefully a golden if you can get it. If not, obviously depends on rarity. You want to go blue pump then green pump. But yeah, if you can have a gold pump or purple pump, gives you a huge advantage end game or even fighting normally. Like, it's just unbelievable the difference between a golden pump and a green pump. But even if you can get a blue pump or a purple pump, it's still pretty good. But yeah, that's very important. You definitely want to be finding one of those at the very start of the game. I know if I don't find a pump right away in the first building I loot or in the second building I loot, I am freaking out because I am scared if someone has another pump and I only have an SMG or attack, I'm in trouble. But like, I know you shouldn't be. You want to be able to fight with every gun, but still, hey, not having a pump makes everyone a little bit nervous. But yeah, pump definitely the most important thing to have in your loadout. You never want to drop your pump if you have one, unless you're an absolute psychopath. Then it's a different story. But yeah, then let's go to number 2, and this is kind of debatable. It's an AR. Some people like ARs, some people don't like ARs. I personally use ARs no matter what. I won't really drop anything unless it's one scenario that I'll talk about in the future. And preferably it's a SCAR, non-suppressed, obviously golden. And I've been looking at the new infantry rifle and I'll take it. I'd still rather have a SCAR. SCAR is definitely probably the best long-range gun for like automatic guns right now in this game. It still does the most damage. You can break through builds. It has 30 rounds per clip. It's pretty good. The infantry rifle obviously is pretty good. It deals heavy damage, but the only kind of drawbacks to it is it only has 8 bullets in a clip, and you can't really spam through builds and stuff. So I don't know, like your kind of choice. Obviously golden SCAR is the one that I'd recommend the most. Infantry rifle, depending how your aim is and if you kind of like that play style. The heavy AR is again pretty good, but I would rather take a SCAR over it, probably a suppressed SCAR over top of that. But then honestly, like if I was to choose, I'd probably go golden SCAR, purple SCAR, then blue AR, then probably golden infantry, and then purple infantry. I think the blue AR is really good, honestly, comparable to most ARs. I'd rank it probably high with the SCARs, honestly. Like, I'd rather take that over a golden silent SCAR. Like, I just hate the bloom on the silence or the suppressed or whatever you want to call it. And the other ones are alright, not too good, depends on your kind of play style. And now going into number 3, now this one's hugely debatable, especially for console players, and that's an SMG. Now for me, obviously I'd way rather have a golden P90. I love having AR, pump, and SMG all in my loadout, but I know a lot of console players don't even play with an SMG because they rely more on their aim assist and their aim for the pump, and then they just switch their AR if they need it. But for me, and a lot of people I do know also, love the P90. Some people are actually really weird and they enjoy having a blue SMG over a golden P90. Don't know about that. That's again all personal preference. But again, this kind of depends on your playstyle. If you're more of a sit back and wait and try and get some takes on people and try and get some heavy long range kills, it's probably smarter to go, if you like holding 2 heals obviously, probably better to go AR pump. But if you're really that up close aggressive style of play, you like pushing kids, you like going right in people's faces, I think personally it's better to, if again you want the 2 heal slots, to drop your AR and hold SMG pump, because then you can, if you hit somebody for 150, yeah, an AR takes a second to pull out and then it's kind of that bop, but with the SMG it's like instantaneous and just spray instead of like that couple shots, right? So it's just quicker to kill someone. But again, that's all kind of my choice, depends on your play style. Fourth slot, now this is normally the heal slot, I'd say. Definitely minis. Now, this has been kind of talked over since the start of Fortnite. Ninja's talked about it. Everyone's talked about. Minis are the best heal to hold over anything because they're just so quick to actually pop. Like, let's be honest. When's the last time in a fight, if you've had a chug jug, you've actually been able to pop it, or you've been lasered down that low that you need to pop a chug jug? Obviously, if you don't have any other options, holding a chug, slurp, and bandages, medkits are good, big pots. But if I had a choice of, let's say, a chug jug, 2 big shields, and 2 minis, I'd take the minis every single day. And basically the reason for that is they're just the quickest to pop. They're the most like kind of usable and versatile, because in the middle of a fight, like I just said, you're not going to be able to pop a chug jug with 10. You might be able to, obviously, but most scenarios and most situations, you're not going to be able to have time to pop a chug jug. Just not going to happen in a fight. Obviously, maybe if you get billed like for a sniper far distance, or you get hit with your AR a couple times, yeah, you'll be able to pop it. But in a fight, even a big pot's kind of hard to pop. Like it's 5 seconds, I think it is exactly. So they have 5 seconds to come down and try and retake your wall or spray you, and then you have to cancel the shield. And minis are just so versatile, right? You get hit for 80 damage, you just pop 2 minis, you're back to 150, right? So honestly, like, it's been talked about before, and it's pretty simple, but most of the time I'd rather take minis. Now that depends if you're playing for duos. Obviously I recommend playing one person holds big shields, one person holds minis, and that's if you guys have those options. If not, try and hold like a medkit or something. And if you're that type of player who doesn't like having an SMG or doesn't like having an AR, then I definitely recommend minis first. Take that priority all the time, and then hold big shields after that if you have a big shield. If not, try and take like a medkit or something. I really don't hold chug jugs. Like, I just hate holding chug jugs. They're just way too long for me. And normally if I'm getting beamed that far of the distance, I'm just going to leave the game because I'm trash and I should never play it again. But yeah, that's basically it for the heals. Now, the 5th slot's kind of debatable, and this is kind of where the personal preference comes in. And it also depends highly on RNG. The first one I'm going to say is a lot of people like holding a heal slot for this one as well, depending on what they have. Doesn't really matter, your choice. Again, depending on RNG, if you don't find anything else, you can definitely throw a heal slot on there. But I'm going to kind of give the top 3 things I'd want in that slot, and I know a lot of you guys want, especially for scrims and arena games. Basically, the first one is a Rift to Go. I'm sure 90% of you guys already know that a Rift to Go is one of the best items to have in a tournament, arena, or whatever, basically trying to go for the win. It's just so like useful, I guess you could say. For example, if you're fighting someone, you get dropped down to 10 HP, you Rift to Go out of there. You can't heal, he's just pressing you, Rift to Go out of there. You're in the middle of a fight, you get beamed for 60 shield, you get 2 other people coming on you, dip with a Rift to Go, pretty easy. And if you're lucky enough and you're smart enough and you can hold it until the end game, unbelievable rotation. If you're low on mats or the storm's friggin' 10,000 feet away and you can't get there because you're gonna have to climb over a mountain, you Rift to Go, and it's just easy high ground or easy time to rotate and get to that next zone. Love Rift to Go's, definitely the #1 thing I'd choose there. If I had to, I would drop anything besides my pump for it, like just that worth having. Probably the best item in the game besides a pump. Now the next thing is a rocket launcher. Now some of you guys don't like rocket launchers, but if you don't, I definitely suggest you guys getting used to them because they are unreal, damaging 119 or 120 or whatever it is. Early game, they're really good for taking half people's health. Like obviously, like unbelievable 120 damage. It's like as much as a pump does almost. So just very good, and especially end game when everyone's weak and they're rotating, you can just rain rockets, especially if you're high ground. You can just rain rockets down and absolutely obliterate everyone down there, or rotating, you can pop easy 5-6 kills with it if you know how to do it and you don't blow yourself up. Rocket launcher is definitely a big one. And then the third one's definitely a heavy sniper, and it's just so OP right now. It deals 150 damage body shot, 300 something in the head, right? You don't even need that damage. And it's also so versatile because if you're playing duos or even solos and you have a rocket launcher, you can rocket heavy snipe. You can double snipe if your duo partner has another sniper. Like, you can break into people's walls if they're just 1 by 1, then they're just holding the wall. You can kind of fake break, go to the other side, snipe through it, and then just go and push because they can one-tap walls. There's just so many things you can do with a heavy sniper. And then obviously the rest is either take heals, dynamites, whatever, kind of your choice. You can also take a flint knock. Those have been pretty big right now, but kind of your choice. And obviously for the trap slot, you want a launch pad and damage trap. Sure, poison traps are good, but obviously you want a damage trap over top of that. But yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you agree with me, make sure you comment down below, and if you don't, or you kind of let me know basically what you guys like in your loadout, like what would be your 5 ideal slots for a loadout, because I'm actually curious to hear and I can learn about it. But yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like, comment for a future video, and hit that subscribe button. It means a lot, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Have a good one, guys. Bye.